This is it then, race day in Spielberg for this year's Austrian Grand Prix. Not long to go before our drivers hurtle off the line and into the first turn, the Niki Lauda curve. It was renamed in 2019 in memory of one of Formula One's most beloved figures. It's one of the shortest laps on the calendar today then, with 7 rights and just 3 lefts, making up the 10 corners of this high-speed circuit. Turn 2 is barely a corner at all. They'll be flat out through there, a left-hand kink into the uphill braking zone of Turn 3. Turns 1, 3 and 4 are all potential opportunities to overtake. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and the smooth operator Carlos Sainz completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Lucas, Russell, Perez, Verstappen, Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, Stroll, Norris, Albon, Ocon, Gasly, Bottas, Tsunoda, Hülkenberg, Sargent, De Vries, Joe, and Kevin Magnussen fills the last spot on the grid. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box. Ant, it's fantastic to have you with us here, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, I imagine they'll be starting to feel the adrenaline as they anticipate the run down into turn 1, a bit like preparing to go into battle. The unknown situation will bring nerves, but that's a good thing. It will keep them focused on the moment and on their surroundings as we build towards the start of the Grand Prix.
So we're leading our teammate by 2.1 seconds. They're on fresh softs. They're in 11th. Okay, DRS is now available. gap to your teammate behind is 9.2 seconds. They're on fresh softs. They're in 11th. Time last lap was a 1:12.4. First position, front of the pack. Hamilton's behind you now, and the gap behind us is 3.3 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Look after these tyres now. You want to finish the race on this compound. Come on, just 3 laps to go. 3 laps. The final lap of the race, final lap. As things stand, we're going to be leading the championship. Okay, this is your final lap of the race. Okay, good job, mate. Really, really well done. That was a fantastic drive. Bring it home.
That's it for another Grand Prix and a fantastic win for Mercedes. What do you think it was today, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
Well, Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again. So let's review the updated driver standings. Lucas increases their championship lead. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
Well, for me, it's got to be Lewis Hamilton. The multiple world champion may be the boring choice at this point, but you can't argue that he's a driver deserving of his reputation.
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One, so be sure to join us for the next one.